Celery is a vegetable that most people have eaten at some time in their lives, whether it's been diced up in the dish or served as a single stalk, or petio as the original scientific explanation. But the one thing about the celery is that it is one of the dirtiest vegetables that we can buy in the store, because the dirt gets down inside the little stalks or petioles. I just love that word. And you'll notice that they're all dirty. Now the top won't be very dirty at all, but we need to wash the whole thing. And you need to wash it under running water. Now if you're going to be doing an event and you want to use celery, there's other ways you can go ahead and buy it. One of them is that you can buy them in packages from the produce section as called the hearts. And they are wrapped in plastic because that's the way to keep celery fresh. They also come with it in the containers, the hearts, and the heart means that it's the best part of the stem. You know, the stalk in the middle, not at the top and at the bottom, in between, or the ones that are inside the outer ones. But these are kept in liquid to keep them fresh longer. So that's other ways that you can buy them, and then you don't have to worry about it being dirty because they're all cleaned. But after we've washed these underneath the running water, the thing you want to do when you get it back, and I guess, this one's got a really bad spot, so I don't think we're going to use this one at all. You see how it's got the little indentions and it's got brown? Sometimes you'll see black there, and I just throw them away. I just don't know exactly what that is. So let's get a different one. And the way you prepare them is you come down and you cut off the end. You cut off the leaves, which means you cut off the things that the leaves are on. And then you keep the leaves. The leaves are actually more nutritious than the stalks. So we cut off the leaves and we want to keep those. And then there's this little piece left, and it is edible, but I always, for some reason, cut out that little thing that holds them all together. Now I would take these and wash these off in the running water because you want to be sure you don't have dirt. Another way you could do that is just lay it in a pot with water in it and let them sit there and have this dirt sink to the bottom, and then pick them up off the top to use them. So I'm going to run over here and rinse this one off really quickly. And we're going to saute them. And so one of the ways to do that is just to slice them up, and then this will be the little pieces that we're going to saute. Now, there are some people that do not like the stringiness of celery. So if you look at the front side of it, you can see them. You can see the little strings. See how it's all like got little lumpy things, and looks like a little, somebody's run their fork down it. So if you just take it from the end on the top part, you can peel off the strings. The strings will not be onto the inside. Now, I find that when you've got them cut into the small pieces, you don't have to worry very much, because even if it's really stringy, they get cooked and they get broken down. Now, if you're going to serve them raw, then you do need to worry, because people are going to have to bite through it, and sometimes that's very difficult. So I would do this. I would just keep taking off the strings. And some people just automatically do it if they're going to do raw, serve it raw. Not a bad idea. You don't have to worry that way. But if you can't pick up the strings, they probably aren't there. Okay? Let me do this one right here. See, it won't pick up, so there's no strings there to pick up. Now, I want to show you how to saute it. I'm going to put the butter on to do that. And then I'm going to, there we go. I'm going to have the butter melt here for us for a second. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you what to do with this little boat. We're going to fill it up. And one of the favorite things to do is to put peanut butter in it. And all you do is you take your peanut butter, and I use the kind that's doesn't have a lot of oil in it. But you can use the kind you have, and you just push it into the little boat. And then, I don't know why I call it a boat, it's a stalk. Then you just fill that up. You could also use cream cheese and just stick this in. Makes a great hors d'oeuvre. And then for the kids and for grown-ups that are like kids and just love to have stuff, you can make the ants on a log by adding the little, I love golden raisins. They look very different on here. I don't know if they really look like ants. But you put those on here and you have got a great snack. You can stick this inside kids' lunches or your own. And now we have the ants on a log and it's sitting in a little boat. So that's a very nutritious snack that you can have. Now, when you want to saute the celery, you just want to stick it in the butter or another oil of your choice. In the Creole cooking, if you mix up the celery and the bell pepper and onion, they call it the Holy Trinity for Creole cooking. The celery is used in Indian cooking, especially in their curries. And the French use carrots and onions and celery for the basis for most of their sauces. So it is a very versatile vegetable. It's not highly nutritious except for vitamin K. It has a lot of vitamin K and has 45% in a serving, which is pretty phenomenal for a vegetable. And then there are some people who are allergic to celery. In the Central European countries, they have to put a warning label on all of their products that say if celery is contained or not, just kind of like we do with peanut butter. Causes anaphylactic shock, which is what peanuts usually cause for people that are allergic to them. I did not realize people could be allergic to celery. Now, the other thing about celery is that we have celery seed that is used. And look how fine that is. And actually, it's not the seed. It's a tiny fruit from the celery plant. It's kind of like, you can almost feel like it's like sand, but it adds a great celery taste to dishes. And then the other thing there's another way of growing celery, and it's the celeriac. And that one, it is grown for the ball at the bottom, for the root. And that's called root celery. And that will be a different show because you do that very differently. But you'll see over here that they're becoming translucent. And that is a really good thing. And that's the way you want to serve it when it's cooked. And adding it to your other vegetable meals. So go to my website and you'll find out a lot more about celery.